The story of Elvis Presley and Ann-Margret unfolds as a complex love triangle involving Priscilla Presley. Priscilla's fear of Ann-Margret stemmed from the deep connection that Elvis shared with the actress during the 1960s. Their chemistry was undeniable, especially during the filming of Viva Las Vegas, where they captivated audiences and each other. Priscilla often felt overshadowed by Ann-Margret's vibrant personality and talent, which made her anxious about her own place in Elvis's life. As Priscilla recounted her experiences, she revealed how the pressures of fame and the constant attention on Elvis contributed to her insecurities. The allure of Ann-Margret, with her beauty and charisma, only intensified Priscilla's feelings of inadequacy. Despite their marriage, Priscilla sensed that Elvis's affection for Ann-Margret lingered, creating a rift in their relationship. The emotional turmoil and jealousy that Priscilla faced were compounded by the public's fascination with the glamorous couple. As the years went by, the issues that arose from this love triangle played a significant role in the eventual breakdown of Priscilla and Elvis's marriage, leading to their divorce. The complexities of love, fame, and rivalry shaped their lives in ways that would leave lasting impressions on all involved. Like many young men, Elvis Presley longed to surround himself with gorgeous, glamorous women who adored him. Unlike most, he had the opportunity to do exactly that. Throughout his life, Elvis was linked to many high-profile beauties, each adding to the allure of his legendary status. His charm and charisma drew women to him, and he often found himself in the company of some of the most famous actresses and singers of his time. From his early days in Memphis to his rise as the king of rock and roll, Elvis's relationships were often the subject of public fascination. Many of the women he was associated with have spoken fondly of him, recalling his kindness and the genuine affection he showed. His relationships were not just fleeting romances, they often left a lasting impression on those involved. Elvis's ability to connect with women on a personal level made him not just a star, but a beloved figure in their lives. The stories shared by these women reveal a softer side of the man who captivated millions with his music and performances. As he navigated fame, the women in his life played significant roles, influencing his art and personal journey. Their memories of him are often filled with warmth and nostalgia, highlighting the deep connections he formed. Elvis's legacy is not only defined by his music, but also by the relationships he cherished, making him a complex and fascinating figure in the world of entertainment. When Elvis Presley first met Priscilla Beaulieu, she was just 14 years old, and he was 24. Their meeting took place in Germany while Elvis was serving in the army. Despite the significant age difference, Elvis was captivated by Priscilla and saw her as someone he could mold into his ideal partner. He was drawn to her youthful innocence and beauty, believing he could shape her into the perfect woman for him. Over the years, their relationship blossomed, and in 1966, Elvis proposed to Priscilla, solidifying their bond. The couple married in a small ceremony in Las Vegas on May 1, 1967, marking the beginning of their life together as husband and wife. Their marriage was filled with both love and challenges as they navigated the complexities of fame and personal life. Priscilla became a significant part of Elvis's world, influencing his style and image. Their story remains one of the most talked about romances in music history, capturing the hearts of fans around the globe. Elvis Presley's wedding details were shrouded in secrecy, and it wasn't until years later that more facts emerged about this significant event in his life. The marriage took place in 1967, but before they exchanged vows, Priscilla Presley was aware that she was not the only woman in Elvis's life. This knowledge likely weighed on her, as Elvis had a reputation for being a charismatic figure who attracted many admirers. Before settling down, he had a brief but notable relationship with actress Ann-Margret, which added to the complexity of his romantic life. Despite these entanglements, Elvis chose to marry Priscilla, marking a new chapter in his life. Their wedding was a private affair, reflecting Elvis's desire to keep certain aspects of his life away from the public eye. The secrecy surrounding their union only fueled curiosity and speculation among fans and the media. Over time, more details about their relationship and marriage have come to light, revealing the challenges they faced as a couple in the spotlight. The dynamics of their relationship were influenced by Elvis's fame and the pressures that came with it, making their story both intriguing and complex. They welcomed their only child, Lisa Marie, the following year, marking a significant moment in their lives. However, the joy of parenthood soon gave way to challenges in their marriage. Priscilla, in her 1985 memoir Elvis and Me, reflected on the changes in their relationship after the birth of their daughter. She suggested that Elvis's sexual interest in her diminished once she became a mother, leading to a growing emotional distance between them. This shift created a rift that Priscilla found difficult to navigate. In her search for comfort and connection, she turned to an affair with a karate instructor named Mike Stone. This relationship highlighted the struggles she faced in her marriage to Elvis, as she sought solace outside their union. The combination of parenthood and the pressures of fame contributed to the unraveling of their bond, ultimately leading to their divorce. The complexities of their relationship and the impact of their child on their marriage remain poignant aspects of their story. The chemistry between Elvis Presley and Ann-Margret was truly remarkable and extended beyond their time on set. When they starred together in the 1964 film Viva Las Vegas, their connection was evident to everyone. Ann-Margret, a talented Swedish singer and actress, brought a vibrant energy to the film that captivated Elvis. Their on-screen romance was electric, filled with playful banter and undeniable attraction. This chemistry was not just for the cameras, it was genuine and heartful. Lieutenant Elvis was known for his charm and charisma, but Ann-Margret matched him step for step. Their shared love for music and performance created a bond that was hard to ignore. Behind the scenes, they enjoyed each other's company, sharing laughs and moments that hinted at a deeper relationship. The way they interacted suggested that their feelings for one another were more than just professional. Even after filming wrapped, the connection lingered. They remained friends, and their mutual admiration continued to be a topic of interest for fans and the media alike. The impact of their chemistry in Viva Las Vegas left a lasting impression on both their careers and personal lives, showcasing how powerful a connection can be when two talented individuals come together. During her time with Elvis Presley, Priscilla had many fears, but one of her greatest concerns was about Ann-Margret, the Swedish star. In her book Elvis and Me, Priscilla revealed that she feared Ann-Margret the most. Leading up to her marriage with Elvis, he had reassured Priscilla that his relationship with Ann-Margret was purely professional. However, as time went on, Priscilla learned that this was not entirely true. The connection between Elvis and Ann-Margret was more than just a working relationship, which left Priscilla feeling insecure and anxious. This revelation added to the complexities of their relationship, as Priscilla struggled with feelings of jealousy and doubt. The glamorous world of Hollywood and the presence of other women in Elvis's life made it difficult for Priscilla to feel secure in their love. Despite Elvis's assurances, the reality of his past relationships loomed large in Priscilla's mind, creating a tension that would affect their bond. The fear of losing Elvis to someone like Ann-Margret was a constant worry for Priscilla, shaping her experiences during their time together. The first meeting between Elvis and Ann-Margret was a moment carefully orchestrated by the publicity department in anticipation of the film Viva Las Vegas. The excitement surrounding this film was palpable, and the studio wanted to ensure that the chemistry between the two stars was evident from the very beginning. Director George Sidney played a crucial role in this introduction, as he was not only the man behind the camera, but also had a keen interest in Ann-Margret herself. He understood the importance of creating a strong connection between the lead actors, knowing that their on-screen romance would benefit from a genuine rapport off-screen. As the two icons met at the MGM studios, the atmosphere was charged with anticipation. Elvis, already a massive star, was known for his charisma and charm, while Ann-Margret was emerging as a talented actress and singer in her own right. Their initial interaction was filled with laughter and warmth, setting the stage for a memorable collaboration. The studio's hopes were high, and the energy between them hinted at the magic that would unfold in Viva Las Vegas. This meeting marked the beginning of a partnership that would not only captivate audiences, but also leave a lasting impression on both their careers. Both were formally dressed, Elvis in a suit and tie, and Ann-Margret in a double-buttoned white turtleneck with her hair up. The atmosphere was filled with a sense of anticipation as they exchanged a few polite phrases, their smiles reflecting the charm and charisma that both were known for. The moment felt significant, capturing the essence of two iconic figures in the entertainment world. A photographer was present, ready to capture this brief encounter, snapping shots that would immortalize the moment in time. The click of the camera echoed softly, marking the end of this brief interaction. It was a fleeting glimpse into the lives of two stars, each with their own legacy, yet momentarily connected in this shared experience. The encounter was over as quickly as it began, leaving behind a sense of nostalgia for fans who admired their work and the magic they brought to the screen and stage. The simplicity of the moment belied the impact they had on popular culture, making it a memorable snapshot in the history of entertainment. On July 11th, Elvis Presley and Ann-Margret met again, this time to collaborate at Radio Recorder Studio, located on 7000 Santa Monica Boulevard in Los Angeles. This studio was known for its rich history and had hosted many famous artists. Elvis had already recorded 6 songs for his upcoming film, and now it was time to add a couple of duets with Ann-Margret. The songs they worked on together were The Lady Loves Me and You're the Boss. Their chemistry was evident, and the collaboration brought a lively energy to the recordings. Both artists were at the height of their popularity, and their voices blended beautifully, creating memorable moments in music history. The sessions were filled with excitement as they brought their unique styles together, showcasing their talents in a way that delighted fans. The duets not only highlighted their individual strengths, but also created a dynamic partnership that resonated with audiences. The collaboration was a significant moment in both of their careers, marking a joyful and creative time in the studio. They found each other instantly, sharing a unique connection that seemed to transcend the ordinary. Elvis Presley and Ann-Margret sparkled together, their chemistry evident to everyone around them. This bond was not just about attraction, it was a deep understanding and appreciation of each other's talents and personalities. When Elvis later asked his foreman, Joe Esposito, what was so special about Ann-Margret, Joe's response was simple yet profound: "She's the female you." This statement captured the essence of their relationship, highlighting how they mirrored each other in many ways. Both were vibrant performers, full of energy and charisma, captivating audiences with their charm. Their time together was marked by laughter, joy, and a shared passion for music and performance. This connection left a lasting impression on Elvis, influencing his life and career in ways that were both personal and professional. The magic they created together was undeniable, making their partnership one of the most memorable in the world of entertainment. Elvis and Ann-Margret shared a deep connection that went beyond their on-screen chemistry. Both came from humble beginnings, which shaped their personalities and outlook on life. They were known to be hesitant around strangers, often displaying a shyness that contrasted sharply with their vibrant stage personas. When they performed, however, they transformed into wild, captivating figures, pouring their hearts and souls into every song and dance. This duality made them relatable yet extraordinary. Their passion for performing was a driving force in their lives, pushing them to give everything they had to their audiences. This shared motivation created a bond between them, as they understood the thrill and pressure of being in the spotlight. Their similar qualities made them soulmates in many ways, as they navigated the complexities of fame while remaining grounded in their roots. The connection they shared was not just professional but deeply personal, reflecting their mutual understanding of the challenges and joys of their chosen paths. Shooting for the film began on July 15th in Las Vegas, where both Elvis Presley and Ann-Margret were known to be night people. They found themselves staying at the Sahara Hotel, with Elvis occupying the luxurious presidential suite on the 28th floor. Ann-Margret, a talented actress and singer, was just a few floors down. The atmosphere in Las Vegas was electric, filled with the excitement of the film and the vibrant nightlife that the city offered. It didn't take long for Ann-Margret to join Elvis in his suite, where they spent many nights together. Their connection was undeniable, and the late-night hours allowed them to bond over their shared love for music and performance. The nights in Las Vegas were filled with laughter, music, and the magic that only the king of rock and roll could bring. The allure of the city and the charm of Elvis created a perfect backdrop for their romance, making those nights unforgettable. The energy of the city and the passion of their relationship intertwined, creating a memorable chapter in both their lives. They spent the entire weekend indoors, enjoying each other's company away from the public eye. This time together was a refreshing change for Elvis, who often found himself surrounded by the chaos of fame. When they did venture out, it was usually with Elvis's close friends, his hangers-on, who were accustomed to a different side of the star. Elvis's buddies were taken aback by this new dynamic, as it was not the Elvis they were used to seeing. However, they quickly warmed up to Ann-Margret. They found her to be straightforward and genuine, qualities that stood out in the often superficial world of celebrity. Her confidence and charm made a strong impression on them. They appreciated her nice demeanor and the way she carried herself, which added to her incredible attractiveness. This connection between Elvis and Ann-Margret seemed to bring out a different side of him, one that was more relaxed and content. The change in his behavior did not go unnoticed, and it sparked curiosity among his friends, who were eager to see how this relationship would unfold. Elvis was head over heels in love, and you had better watch it. His affection for Ann-Margret was well known, and it was a topic that could spark both admiration and humor among their friends. One memorable moment occurred when Alan Fortis, a close friend, asked Ann-Margret for a favor while she was dressed extremely sexy. The atmosphere in the room shifted instantly, becoming dead quiet as everyone held their breath, unsure of how Elvis would react. However, instead of showing any signs of jealousy or anger, both Ann-Margret and Elvis burst into laughter, their joy infectious and lightening the mood. This incident highlighted not only Elvis's deep love for Ann-Margret, but also his ability to take a joke and enjoy the lighter side of life. Their relationship was filled with playful banter and genuine affection, making it clear that love and laughter often went hand in hand in their world. The bond they shared was a beautiful mix of romance and humor, showcasing how they could navigate the complexities of fame and personal feelings with grace and joy. The shooting went smoothly for the most part, but there were a few bumps along the way, particularly due to director Sidney's clear favoritism for Ann-Margret. His admiration for her was so pronounced that it often overshadowed Elvis, who found himself playing second fiddle in many scenes. This was not something Elvis was willing to accept. He was a star in his own right, and the imbalance in focus was frustrating for him. Complaints were made, and it became evident that the situation needed to be addressed. The Colonel, who managed Elvis's career, stepped in to ensure that the balance was restored. He understood the importance of maintaining Elvis's status and image, especially in a project where he was the lead. The tension between the director's affection for Ann-Margret and Elvis's need for recognition created a unique dynamic on set. It was a delicate situation that required careful handling to keep the peace and ensure that the film would be a success. The resolution of these issues was crucial for the overall harmony of the production and for Elvis's own peace of mind. Elvis demanded that the Colonel should also be Ann-Margret's manager since she wasn't happy with her own. This request came from a place of concern for Ann-Margret, as Elvis wanted to ensure she had the best support possible in her career. However, the Colonel explained that taking on Ann-Margret as a client would mean he could only dedicate half the time to Elvis. This was a significant consideration, as Elvis was at the height of his career, and needed the Colonel's full attention to manage his growing fame and numerous commitments. After a moment of reflection, Elvis realized the implications of this arrangement. He understood that the Colonel's expertise and focus were crucial for his success. The Colonel had a deep understanding of the music industry and knew how to treat a star, ensuring that Elvis remained at the forefront of the entertainment world. This moment highlighted the complexities of managing relationships in the industry, balancing personal connections with professional responsibilities. Elvis ultimately backed down from his request, recognizing the importance of maintaining his own career trajectory while still caring for Ann-Margret's well-being. The love between Ann-Margret and Elvis showed no signs of wearing off. It deepened, and they learned to trust each other. Their relationship blossomed during the filming of Viva Las Vegas, where their chemistry was undeniable. They shared laughter, joy, and a passion for music that brought them closer. This connection was not just a fleeting Hollywood affair. It was genuine, and heartfelt. Lieutenant journalists soon found out this was no ordinary Hollywood romance created by publicity agents. The media buzzed with excitement, capturing every moment of their time together. The public was fascinated by their love story, which contrasted sharply with the pressures of fame. Meanwhile, Priscilla, back in Memphis, felt the strain of this relationship. She was aware of the deep bond forming between Elvis and Ann-Margret, and it drove her crazy. The intensity of their romance was palpable, and it became a topic of conversation among fans and critics alike. Their love was a whirlwind, filled with passion and the challenges of being in the spotlight. The world watched as they navigated their feelings, making it clear that their connection was something special. Elvis made sure on the phone that nothing was going on, but he couldn't calm Priscilla down. She was feeling frustrated and lonely, wanting to come west to be with him. Elvis, however, had various reasons for her not to come. He explained that he was quite satisfied with his life in Hollywood, especially with Ann-Margret by his side. This left Priscilla feeling even more isolated as she pined away at Graceland, longing for his attention and affection. The distance between them grew, and Priscilla's heart ached with uncertainty. She wanted to be part of his world, to share in the excitement of his life, but Elvis's reassurances felt hollow. He was busy with his career and the glamorous lifestyle that came with it, while she remained in the shadows, grappling with her feelings of jealousy and abandonment. The emotional strain of their relationship was palpable, as Priscilla struggled to understand why Elvis seemed so distant, even as he insisted that he cared for her. The complexities of their love story unfolded against the backdrop of fame and ambition, leaving Priscilla feeling more alone than ever. Elvis had a love for adventure, and one of his favorite ways to enjoy life was by riding his Harley around Los Angeles. He often took Ann-Margret along for these rides, and together they explored the city in a carefree manner. One memorable day, while cruising through the streets, they found themselves in a bit of trouble when they ran out of gas at the corner of Venice and Overland. With no money to buy fuel, they had to think creatively. Instead of feeling defeated, they decided to exchange autographs for a full tank of gas. This spontaneous decision not only got them back on the road but also showcased their charm and connection with fans. The next day, their friend Joe Esposito took care of the gas bill, ensuring that their adventure could continue without a hitch. These moments of spontaneity and fun were a big part of Elvis's life, reflecting his desire for freedom and enjoyment in the bustling city of Los Angeles. The shooting of Viva Las Vegas is finished on September 16th, marking the end of a significant chapter for Elvis Presley and Ann-Margret. However, their connection did not end with the final scene. Instead, both stars continued to see each other, deepening their bond beyond the film set. Elvis, known for his playful nature, began giving Ann-Margret childish nicknames, which reflected his warm feelings for her. This affectionate gesture was a clear sign of the chemistry they shared. They embraced a carefree lifestyle, living only for the moment and for each other. Their time together was filled with laughter and joy as they enjoyed the excitement of their budding romance. The world around them faded as they focused on their feelings, creating memories that would last a lifetime. This period was a beautiful escape for both, allowing them to experience love and happiness amidst the pressures of fame. Their relationship became a cherished part of their lives, showcasing the magic that can happen when two talented individuals connect on a personal level. On November 22, 1963, the world was shaken by the news of John F. Kennedy's assassination. In a moment of shared sorrow, Elvis Presley and Ann-Margret sat together, hand in hand, watching the television broadcast that detailed the tragic event. The atmosphere was heavy with disbelief and grief as they absorbed the shocking news. Ann-Margret, even at the age of 52, felt the pressure to maintain her image as the good girl, a role she had often embraced throughout her career. This desire to meet high standards for herself added to the emotional weight of the day. As they watched the coverage, the couple experienced a mix of sadness and reflection, contemplating the impact of such a loss on the nation and their own lives. The bond they shared in that moment was a testament to the power of love and support during times of crisis, highlighting how even the brightest stars could be touched by the darkness of the world around them. Ann-Margret always aimed to be the perfect little girl, striving to uphold impeccable manners and not wanting to disappoint her parents. This desire for perfection often led her to set herself up for disappointment. In her reflections on her chemistry with Elvis Presley, she recognized the intense and impulsive connection they shared. The spark between them was undeniable, filled with passion and excitement. However, she also understood the challenge of managing those feelings. The impulsive chemistry they experienced made it difficult for her to keep her emotions in check. She found herself caught in a whirlwind of attraction, struggling to resist the urge to fall in love. The thrill of their relationship was intoxicating, yet it came with the weight of her expectations and the fear of losing control. This internal conflict left her pondering how to navigate the complexities of her feelings while trying to maintain the image she had always worked so hard to uphold. The dance between desire and restraint became a central theme in her thoughts about Elvis, highlighting the struggle many face when passion collides with personal ideals.